Alright, it is time for day 8 of FFYLands Krieg. So, today we are going to be getting XP, and then we are going to be pushing DigiPeak, and probably farming out a lot of equipment along the way. We might commit a little bit of mischief to get to level 80 a little faster than you're supposed to, because I don't see anything necessarily difficult about leveling up in this game or even in this mod, given the character that we're currently playing has been nothing but weirdly OP almost, a little strong, a little too strong probably. So yeah, we're gonna go up to some crimes, hit level 80, spec out the character, probably farm some gear, and then push out some DigiPeak, see what skips Krieg is capable of doing in this mod, and just generally walk forward. So yeah, let's get started. Now, I've got this little XP mod. Oh. Now, I've got a little XP mod adjusted to its max setting. So we're just gonna see what happens whenever one of these guys does go down XP-wise. That will happen. Honestly, that was most of them, and it only leveled me up once. So not even as insane as I was expecting it to be, but still clearly that's a lot of XP. That's way too much XP.
I told you what would happen. Keep the blood pouring. Martyrs for my little one.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to Geary. Getting a couple rocket launchers too real quick. You know, just to have some variety for our equipment.
Look at that pungent kill stick.
Oh, right. I somehow forgot the Norfleet exists in this mod. I don't know if it'll necessarily be great with our build, but it's also a Norfleet, so it's going to be good. Okay, level 80. They're Bloodsplode chaining each other. Cool. So, spec our last skill point. Now we have this build going on here, which basically is exactly what we were talking about having last time. A lot of mag and reload speed and swap speed, a little bit of lifesteal and stack duration, more projectiles per shot, extra ammo regen, a bunch more damage and some nade drops. We get extra weapon damage and reload speed here from every stack of Bloodlust, plus it's also just normal Bloodsplosion on top of that. We get a bunch of extra explosive and nade damage here, extra kill skill duration, and stuff like that as well. Fire rate, more health, more damage, more survivability, damage, more survivability, and then more damage. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on with this character. I don't think I'll change the build. I think the Legendary Reaper might just kind of be one of our more fun builds for a mix of mobbing and bossing. And then whenever we do get to raids, of course, probably a torch. We'll try out the melee build, which we didn't get a sickle, so we'll need to farm out a sickle somewhere as well. But everything's feeling pretty darn good. That's for sure. Now we do need to go ahead and head back over and farm out a Crux, an at-level Crux. And then we could probably just start DigiPeak with just that equipment alone, just these two.
Open your veins. I ordered a lead salad.
Honestly, we could probably just do that. And then port the loot over. Repeat until Crux. Alright, level 78 Crux. Not quite level 80, but I don't think it's really going to matter that much. So yeah, I guess we'll go open DigiPeak. We'll see if we can do some skips and some stuff. Just kind of see how that goes too. Okay. So with this being FFYLands, with the encouragement of cheesing and shenanigans, we are going to try to look for DigiPeak skips while we're here. And I don't expect Krieg to be able to do a lot of them, so we'll probably end up doing a lot of DigiPeak on the character. But hopefully his jump height will at least let him skip the first couple areas, you'd think. We'll find out, though. Alright, very first thing we've got to check. Can I just jump up this? It's not looking great. Okay, we can. Hold on, we have a buddy. And now I can't see. Okay, so jump up to here. Jump onto this. That's looking a little steep. We'll just kind of... Not quite. Okay. So, I don't know if we'll be able to do this skip. We'll have to really test this a little more. Can we jump on to here? Nope, that is rounded. Krieg might not be able to skip first wave. That's totally fine, but also just weirdly surprising.
Yes.
There might be a potential way to get him wedged right about there. But I don't know if even that's possible. And then, of course, this building isn't solid at all, so we can't use that to our benefit. Yeah, no, okay. So Krieg might not be able to skip this area at all. That is okay. Can you at least jump over the wall to progress? There's a big ol' invisible wall there. Here, let me show you. At least we have plenty of DPS, so it's not like being stuck in this first room is that much of an issue. Also, yeah, just to show off, this wall over here is, in fact, pretty tall and pretty invisible. There's no just getting over this. Unfortunately. I don't know how these guys will feel about my damage. They probably won't care too much. Or they'll have to because Bloodbath. That also works. A nice thing about the current build that we have going on too is that we do have that right tree capstone that lets us light ourselves on fire and also gives us some health back. So in a pinch we can make ourselves really tanky, give ourselves more damage, and also heal, which feels super duper good. And I kind of wish I could get it on a shorter cooldown, which I guess I could if I just leaned into the Torch Comm instead, since it does reduce the cooldown on it. But then we'd be missing out on our Bloodbath and extra projectiles from the Reaper. So, kind of torn there a little bit.
I like my treasure like my baby steaks.
Now, 1E does resist explosive. It doesn't matter though. We also deal non-element with the Crux, I forgot. Well, OP1.
Average spider ant lives for as long as it takes to meet a boss hunter.
I can't wait to taste your lungs.
The Incinerator clan killed Scorch for being a heathen. As gods tend to do, however, he respawned.
No problem with Scorch, of course.
We'll all go together.
What did I just get tagged? Okay. I think we're okay, though. I just am curious what I just got hit by, though.
Scrape your face from my fingernail.
Yeah, that's one major threat with this mod. There's a lot of reflective enemies, and then there's also just so many projectiles being thrown around, and you don't know which ones are actually solid, so you could potentially just shoot yourself by shooting one that's too close. Only real problem.
Martyr for my little one. I'm not full yet.
We could totally same frame ourselves like that, so we need to be a little careful.
Massive robots. Proof that the pen may be mightier than the sword, but that the calculator can stick the pen in the solar plexus and steal its lunch money.
We'll all go together. My flesh. Martyr for my little one.
Oh, okay, he has a reflective shield on. That's why that sucks so much.
Your blood stop singing its sweet song.
We are OP3. Redeemer is available now. We're gonna try to just push with our gear as hard as we can, though, and see how well it goes. And then we'll probably replace the rocket launcher shotgun, and then also go for a Redeemer after that point. Just because that by itself will be insane for binary, and probably pretty much any other sticking point that we have. And we could get one in corrosive too, so it'll be really, really good for anything that resists our explosive nade style build. Now, how do I do against constructors? This is kind of Bane of Krieg stuff, even in vanilla, so we'll have to see. Trigger Bloodbath first. Not great. What about with the rocket? Okay, yeah, with the rocket we're fine. So just do that about them. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay.
Martyr for my little one.
Alright, I've put myself in a compromising spot, and we're good. Never mind.
Burning, melting goodness.
The most unimaginatively named of Pandora's beasts. As is so often the case in life, my advice is to aim for the butt.
Yeah. I'd say we're going down enough for this to be reasonable, I guess. Because, like, are we a little tanky? Yes, but we also have to be, like, hyper aggressive with a lot of our gameplay. So I think it's fine feeling now.
He's on fire.
Definitely might have been a wait till late game to judge kind of situation with this. But also, this is nowhere near our tankiest build. There's totally the legendary slab, and then we could just run melee as well with Release the Beast. So there's more. There's certainly more levels this could get to.
Martyr for my little one.
Okay, this isn't good. Oh, but we have a ride. Okay, cool. Okay, maybe we replace our level 78 Crux with an OP4 Crux. It might be a good idea. Alright, OP4 Undertaker.
Angry, such beautiful misery.
Ooh, we got a Jackal. I forgot about this thing. I don't know exactly how much damage this will do. I mean, that doesn't seem very bad to me.
Martyr for my little one.
Maybe. We can try this out, honestly. It might be good.
Open your veins. Martyr for my little one. I want to hear you scream.
Now, did we get a Redeemer? That's a Penetrator, that's a Seni. No. Basically, pretty much just no. We did get a Carnage, though. which this thing is actually pretty nice in this mod. So we might try this out too. Yeah, so the way that this Carnage works is if it impacts the floor, it spawns a bunch of extra pellets for a lot more damage. So you're supposed to shoot it at the base of enemies to like get a good little funny going on.
Here comes the bad time. Come to me, rats from hell.
Oh, we're gonna need way more fire rate for this thing. Okay. Or we can just start multi-shotting again, I guess. That also kind of works.
Martyr for my little one.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid little chunk whenever it does hit.
Such beautiful misery.
It burns so much ammo though.
Come to me. Burning, melting goodness.
Oh, we have a Fire Redeemer. Okay. Well, Fire Redeemer will be useful for helping get a different element one. So that feels super duper good. Yeah, because this thing with Bloodbath is gonna feel filthy. This is just really nice. You know, I'm very tempted after we get done with this farm to go ahead and try to take the Redeemer into a Terra fight and maybe get a new Blood of Terra as well. Since it would probably have some nicer stats on it for what we're doing. And also the movement speed wouldn't hurt either. Alright, so go ahead and pre-slag one of the tentacles, slag the boss, shoot the tentacle, immediately get smacked by the boss. That's okay. Do that, light on fire, and Redeemer.
I'm taking you with me.
So close. That's the general idea of what I wanted to do, though. That's where that damage is. A little more slag.
We'll all go together.
A little more damage while we still have it. A little slag. More damage. Yeah.
I'm not full yet.
That's really, really nice. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty reasonable. We do still want to get, ooh, Breath of Terra. That is actually really filthy for this character. We do still want a Corrosive Redeemer, of course, but this is super duper nice. And we didn't even get the blood, so we'll probably just kill him again. Yeah. Hey, Norfleet. Oh. I didn't know this could drop yet. Okay, we have a Devastator. So critical hits have slag damage applied to them. So we lose out on a little bit of our tankiness from wearing our Rough Rider. But we can apply slag when we shoot, which means we never have to swap to a slag grenade or a slag gun ever. So we can always just have an elemental stacking nade on now. Ooh, that's gonna be super duper cool, and I don't think the shield needs to be up for it to work. So, yeah, I'm totally down with this. I swapped to the wrong gun. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Because that shield is still putting in work. Okay.
We'll all go together.
That is absurd. Alright, now we get to take our new Overkill Carnage with our Redeemer, and also a slightly better Undertaker, and see how far these get us. This is taking a little longer than expected, which is fair because it is DigiPeak in a difficulty mod. but most of the time is really just from the farming. The actual runs have felt really satisfying, honestly. Alright. So, binary is a little scary in this mod. So we're just gonna kind of try to pop the top off for Bloodbath, and then just hope that even though this is a fire redeemer, it'll still put in work, and it kind of does. If it were corrosive, this would do way more. But yeah, no, it's good. We can just do this. Also, it is really laggy. That's not me, like, delaying my shots there. That is just kind of how the gameplay is looking. So, yeah, you can kind of just do that with the Redeemer in this mod. It is super duper nice. I want him to leave the Redeemer alone, though, so, like, just don't tell him. Because it is just a very enjoyable gun, and I have 2 more characters to get through this mod. So just don't touch it. It's fine. It's totally okay how it is. Don't. Why? Okay. Come on, burst DPS. Let's go. Okay. Cool. Oof. And we got a Nemesis. Also, I don't remember this being great, but cool. And a Slaginator. Slaginator actually did a lot of damage in this mod, so this is also kind of cool to see. Okay. Go ahead and pop off top turret, light ourselves on fire with the buff. Of course, I think a Corrosive Redeemer would still be better for this, but we do buff fire damage a lot, so it's not bad. And now I guess we just try to go for the kill as quickly as possible. With a little bit of lag. Like that. Alright, cool. Binary, thank you for standing still so respectfully for this. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, you know, weirdly, Slaginator almost doing more than that Crux we got from the last Binary. It just does a weirdly high amount of damage, which, like, I can appreciate that, but it's odd.
Never stop the killing. Never.
We're okay. This is fine. We're no longer okay. Alright. Oh, one of them has an Impaler. Sure. I love when my giant robots have shields on for some reason.
Melt in my mouth.
Redeemer? Redeemer gameplay is kind of working. Weirdly well for the fact that it's fire and OP4. Why is this working?
I told you what would happen.
Cool. Come on. Nope.
You woke the wrong dog.
What? Wait. What did I kill? Did I kill him? Done. OP10. I'm just gonna teleport back over there to look at the loot, honestly. But, like, we take those. We love a good trade. Okay. And we got a Hide of Terra for the melee build. I know preferred OP10. We have a Flame of the Firehawk for the torch build. Once again, preferred OP10, but, like, what's one level difference for the shield? Okay. New Undertaker for the backup while we farm out items. Okay. Okay, well, we are OP10. Feels pretty good. Nice. So I guess next time we'll pretty much just be going ahead and just farming out equipment and then trying to take on raid bosses. I don't know if we'll be able to do all of them in one day, but the raid bosses will all be fought on OP10 in True Nightmare difficulty, which basically means that they will have double the health pool that they have right now, and that's almost entirely the only change that it'll make for our fights. So we'll just see how that goes. I think we'll probably be using this here Redeemer, or at least a new one that's also fire for a lot of the fights, since a lot of the bosses are flesh, which also probably means we'll be running a torch build with it. We can use a Flame of the Firehawk since it makes us receive 4 times less fire damage, and it also provides reload speed and mag size for fire weapons, and passively increases all impact and status and effect damage for fire by 25% as well. So we could run that, or we could run the Devastator, which would give us that piercing and that slag, so kind of can go back and forth on that. I guess probably Flame of the Firehawk to reduce the amount of lag with the Redeemer, but if we really wanted it, we could keep the Devastator on, and then we'll just probably have to spec out a slightly different build. I do think, though, that what we have going on is probably our damage build for just about everything gun-related. There's no reason to not run what we have right now, and even though we're missing out on, like, this skill right here, we don't really need that skill right there. We will just deal insane damage regardless, and honestly could just run a Reaper, if we're being honest. So it just feels really good. We could use a Crunch. The Crunch exists. The Crunch feels like a worse Reaper for this situation. The Slab would make us really tanky, but won't really do a whole lot for us otherwise. And so I guess that's all just to say I kind of just want to use the Reaper. And then we'll try to get a BA Sickle hopefully tomorrow as well, because that can take a while due to tubby farming and stuff. So we'll just have to see how that comes along. But that is all we have time for today. Day 8.